wherever you are. Mama Gila Gila, welcome to the space with me. I want to thank you very much for joining me. I trust you are well. I'm very good. Thank you very much for asking. This is an adult entertainment show. This is an adult entertainment show. And if anything resonates with you, I'm very happy to hear it. Double tap if you're watching live. Thank you very much. So before I went live, I thought, let me first find out, should I go live? And then I pulled these cards. Do you think that's a yes? I think it's a damn fuck yeah. Definitely. Excuse me. So at the back we've got the Two of Pentacles. Not sure. Confusion. Money confusion. Double dating. Could go this way or that way. Doing your magic. And then these 5 cards fell on the floor. And the world fell with conflict. Yeah, conflict. So you've got the world in the palm of your hand that comes out of this conflict. Did I have conflict? Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes, I had conflict. So then we have the High Priestess and peace of mind. But the relationships that you build with the choices in lovers gives you the support and the structure. Isn't that so fucking beautiful? Don't you love how the cards work? So I got confidence out of these cards. Yes, I did. I got a lot of confidence. I've been speaking with a certain someone. I didn't know. Did you know? Did you know that Tucker Carlson is from Maine, or Tucker Carlson lives in Maine? Did you know that? I learned that today. What did you learn today? Do you learn anything from YouTube? Do you believe everything that you see on YouTube? Do you trust that they're telling you the truth? I'm distraught. I mean, another way, I don't know what to say. I think it's just over. It's completely over. That's how I feel right now. I'm just walking away from the situation with Team Maine. I don't know if it's ever going to be fixable. I don't know. Like this card says, I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to be okay. Will it be okay? It seems like through the conflict that you'll have the world in the palm of your hands, and if you act on your own and use your intuition, you can fix this relationship and it'll be great. Or it depends. Depends how you look at it. It could be you're confused, there's not enough money, you tried all you could through all this fighting, this conflict that we have with women, especially women, independent women. They don't want to listen to anyone, and you make your choices. And you trust your intuition because she's a high witch, she's a high priestess. And do you walk through the door? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. Do we walk through the door? Do we stay friends? Oh, but there's money involved. Is there money involved? I don't know. Hi, Travis. How you doing? What you up to? Where are you? Let's see. What's the next avenue that we can go down? What's the next feeling that we can experience? Rest and wait. Reconsider. You could be on the right or the wrong track. Oh, gosh. One more card, please. Tell us, which direction do I go? KZN. Wow, brilliant. Travis, good to see you. Let's see. Let's look at your channel. No. It doesn't want to show me your channel. Come on. Show me your channel. Go to channel. Oh. Travis Mbuyiseni. How you doing? There you are. What do you do with a child? Is that your baby?
You're on YouTube.
Congratulations, Travis. You're a daddy. Yeah, Travis? Congratulations. I'm okay. I'm okay. I've got these strange friends in America that get away with murder and lies and deception. Look at that. No. Or do I go? Do I stay or should I go? Travis, do you want some cards pulled? Before I continue with what I wanted to talk about. Do you have a question for the universe? How you feel tonight? For Travis? Yes, you do. Wow. Can I offer you a few cards for Travis? Travis Boyansani. Hi Wheels, how you doing? Happy birthday for this week. Independent success, but there's something you don't want to do, Travis. This is the independent person, the person that stays on their own, peace of mind and harmony all around you, happy in nature, happy and content. But you have this offer coming to you and you don't feel like doing anything about it. It's depressing. It's making you depressed. You rather just sit underneath a tree and not do anything. It's up to you. You do have this offer. Well, not an offer. You don't have an offer. You have this future or present independent success because you didn't follow the crowd. You acted on your own. For independent success. Travis. I've given you two. Let me give you one more card for Travis, please. Let's see. Wheels, do you want a card? How you doing, Wheels? Ching ching. How old did you turn, Wheels? Let's get another card for Travis, please. What does he not want to do? There's a cup of love. It's a cup of love, divine love, reciprocal love, and you don't want to take it. What's wrong? You want to stay independent and single. Travis, darling. Okay. Oh, you want to walk away, Travis. You want to walk away. You want to leave the relationship. Oh, that's okay. Not the, yeah, you want to walk away. Trust your gut. Trust yourself. You know inside yourself where's the right way to go. And it's been full moon now. Maybe it's not right now, but maybe next time, next new moon, this month, and you decide to leave. They do cost money, Travis. Women cost money. And babies too. You can always come back. Dads always come back. Oh, you're going to get information. You're going to get email. You're going to get this information. You're going to get new information. You're going to get arrows. You're going to get DMs. You're going to get emails of hate, emails of love. You're going to get this communication. Oh, it's going to make you worry. It's going to make you worry. So what you need to do is look to the future. You do have the world in the palm of your hands, but you have to leave your comfort zones. You have to leave. You have to go somewhere else. Sorry, you have to walk through the doorway to the future, and you will find it. And you will get all your hopes and wishes and dreams, a new beginning, a new creation. There's something you're missing. There's something you're missing. It's giving and receiving. So you're going to have to pay, not lobola, but maintenance. You're going to have to pay back for what you did. That's the rules. But there will be good news coming your way, and you keep on dreaming. But there's frustrations. But there will be security and abundance. So keep on dreaming. You will become the king of your realm. Or there will be someone in your existence, a boss figure, a daddy figure, who is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Very grounded, very logical, very domineering, which will give you options. Lots of options. Be careful. Don't, not every opportunity is real. These are illusions. These are your desires. Be careful. The temptations. Go within. The answers are always within. The answer is within you. Use your intuition. Trust your gut. How you feel about it, even if it doesn't seem right, it will definitely be good for you. Your choice. You know what's best for you. Okay, let's see. Wheels. Let's do your birthday pool. You're a Scorpio. Of course, that's how you are. No wonder, now I know. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. There you are. The High Priestess, wheels. Look, it looks like a half a wheel there. Looks like a wheelchair, isn't it? No, you're a Leo? I thought it was your birthday. Why did I see that? Your birthday is 21 days after weekend. You're not a Leo. You're Virgo. Oh, you that other way. You that other way. You on the new timeline. Okay, I understand. With your officious. Okay. There could be a man coming into your life. Quite a gentle, soft, and kind man. This also could mean that you're going to go through some treacherous, demanding times, emotional times, very emotional times. And it's just important to use your gentle kindness, which I hope you have, and you will get communication thereof. This communication is going to come through. There's a lot of things for you to do. You need to put in some effort by reading the emails or communicating with the emails, but this is going to be sort of inspiring maybe, or make you worry. And remember, when you worry, you make it double. So these are issues that are going through your mind, lots of issues, lots of things. Remember that 99.8% of all the things that you worry about never come to pass. They never come to pass. It's a scientific proven point. And this is the card that's telling you, yes, you can. Just let go of your sorrows, so let go of your emotions. Yes, there's tears, there might be frustrations, but you are strong enough to let go of it because this good news is coming your way. There is good news. Stop worrying today and stop worrying about tomorrow and enjoy today. Let's see. On the back, look at that. Happiness, pure bliss is coming your way because you're the star. Shoo-wee. A star is coming back from the past. You're the star, you're the water bearer, you're the one that actually gives the energy. This is energy, this is emotions, this is how you fulfill your life and other people's lives. You are very important. You're an important bolt in the whole system of life. And without you, no one survives. Even these people from the past. You might feeling nostalgic, but it's going to make you feel good. There's something from the past is going to come back to get again, which is going to make you feel much happier and pleased with yourself. Much pleased. Victory is coming your way. I told you, stop worrying about tomorrow. Stop worrying about tomorrow. You're the celebrity. You're going to be praised and worshipped and celebrated. Good news. And you're getting away with murder. Yeah. This is daylight robbery, deception, gossip, lies, propaganda. You're getting away with it. Your hopes and your wishes come to pass because you used your magic. Yeah, definitely you used your magic. Or there's some lady or man who's strong in fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. He's got this proposal for you. Yeah, it's going to change everything. The Wheel of Fortune changes everything. And it's going to come in your favor. He's standing still at the moment. It's a dream, maybe. It's an intention. It's a prayer. But it's definitely going to come your way. Look at that. I say unto you today, and now, right now you feel disconfoculated or confused, but the harvest day is coming where you'll be celebrating and the partnership is going to come your way. So carry on dreaming. There will be always frustrations. And you do hang around. You tend to hang around in your wheelchair there. But there's things there are rules that we need to follow. Darling, that's for you. Wheels. Travis says, I have been invited by Business Summit, but I'm nervous to go there. But yes, I have to pay damages to my baby home because impregnated you. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. God bless Africans. I swear they're the best. Let me pull another card for Travis. Let's see. This, what did you call it? Business Summit. What does Travis need to know about the Business Summit? Wow. It's going to happen fast. Oh, look at all these swords. Swords are ruled by words and thoughts, communication, judgments, transport, mercantile law, merchandising, transactions, transport, commuting. Can you see he's commuting very fast there? Be careful, because when you rush in with all these words, then you cut off things that could have been better. You could have a hollow victory with this sword, both of them. It's a new beginning. It's something brand new. A new communication is coming your way, and there's losses. It's because you rushed in, and you powwow, fight. People are walking away upset with you. You are on the upper hand. You are in charge. You are strong, but there's a decision to be made. The judgment day. Your inner self, your outer self, your past self, your ancestors, they all agree. This is the only decision that needs to be made. And this is the sword card is a decision card. It's a decision. It happens in your mind first. Before you speak it, it's going to happen very fast. Let's see what's on the back. Wow. It's about giving and receiving. So sometimes this can be getting a raise in salary. You ask for more money and you get it because it's only fair. Yeah? Or this is breadcrumbs. It's breadcrumbs they're offering you. They're offering you breadcrumbs. And it's up to you to accept the breadcrumbs. Yeah? But it is the conduit of giving and receiving. And when you give to the poor, that's when you start receiving your talents. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, my goodness me. Very logic, very professional, very domineering, in charge, grounded, new beginnings. I don't know, can you see the rabbit? New beginnings. Good luck. Oh, a deal with the devil. You need to stop your toxicity. You need to stop your relationships with these things that hold you back in life. And the card is telling you, yes, you are strong enough. You can resist this temptation. I hope that helps you, Travis. You're working on your tomorrow's videos. Tell me, Wheels, tell me about Markella. Do you speak to Markella? Hey, Wheels? I heard Markella said yesterday her laptop crashed and she can't do anything anymore on her laptop. What type of laptop do you have? Do you have an iMac? Do you have an iPad, or is it a what type of computer do you have, Wheels? Does anybody else want to pull? Let's change the subject. I think it's over between. My relationship is over. Situationship. It's called a situationship. The situationship is over. I was told it's called a situationship. It's over, cadavers. Never coming back again. Never will be the same. That's sad. You know? I don't know. She was testing me this morning. So. Will says she has a Chromebook that's held together with duct tape. Like the shell is literally splitting. Yeah, well, that's the battery, yes. The battery overheats and it expands. Never comes back again the same way. That's it. How sad. Sorry, Wheels. Mine too. I'm going to take a loan from the bank to fix mine. I have to. Well, I try to fix what still works. Well, mine is dead. Mine is sitting there on the shelf dead. So I'm going to fix mine. But yes, I'm going to fix mine. Oh yes, and this tablet that I'm using, I'm also going to. I need to fix the screen. The screen is cracked. That's terrible. I don't want to. The longer you leave it, the longer and more expensive it becomes to fix it. You know what I mean? So, we were talking yesterday about sort of conspiracy theories. I don't know, are there conspiracy theories? What do you think, Wheels? Do you think the world is flat? I mean, have you ever flown in an aeroplane? Have you ever gone up to a high sky-rise building to the top? And does the world seem flat to you, or is it just because of education that you think the world is round because they told you it's round, and so you believe it's round? Because I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and I've been convinced to believe that we need to question everything. Yeah? And even the obvious. Because the truth is that the obvious is, okay, no, there's a saying, it goes, a lie, a big lie, is easier than a small lie. A big lie is easier because if it's so big and so bad that people really don't want to believe it's a lie, because people don't like to be fooled. They don't mind being fooled, but they don't want to be told that they were fooled. And do you think they've been teaching us the wrong way for the last 300 years? There we go, Peggy. Will says, never been in a sky-rise building, but I have been up in the St. Louis Arch. What's the St. Louis Arch? Let me see. The St. Louis Arch. Oh, really? You've been up there? So you can go up there with an escalator? Yeah? Wow, that's the St. Louis Arch. It's the half of McDonald's. Did you go up on top of it? To the top? I don't believe you. Where's St. Louis? 11 hours from the structure. St. Louis, sorry. Where's St. Louis? In Kentucky. Where is St. Louis? Missouri as well. Okay. The city is situated on the Mississippi River, marking the eastern boundary of Missouri, and is located south of the confluence of the Missouri River. The state is an independent city within the state of Missouri. Oh, really? Across the river, across the Mississippi River, is the state of Illinois, with the city of East St. Louis, Illinois, located there. Significance: its location made it a historic hub for Western expansion, earning its nickname Gateway to the West. That's why there's the arch. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you, Wheels. It's easier to believe a lie than to believe the truth. It's true. It's true, Peggy. They have a tram system in St. Louis, Missouri. I live on the Missouri River at the confluence of the Kaskaskia River. Kaskaskia River. Let's look back there again. So it's not Louisville. Kansas City, Jefferson City. Oh, you all live very close to each other. You, Flow State, and you all live very close to each other. I suppose it's the Bible Belt, yeah? Well, it's on the Mississippi, actually. So the Mississippi, does it flow all the way from Chicago to the, wow, to the Gulf of America? Hey? St. Louis. Wow. St. Louis, Missouri is really on the border of Illinois and Missouri. It's the Gulf of America, man. Let me teach you. Gulf of America. Okay? They changed it. It's the Gulf of America. It's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. Google Maps changed it. Peggy says, it took me 10 years to believe that the earth is flat. Why did it take you 10 years to believe that the earth is flat? Why did it take you 10 years? Real says, will never be Gulf of America. Trump does not have the authority to change the name in my eyes. Do you have the authority, Wills? Peggy, because it sounds so ridiculous. Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Let's go on to Google Maps. Gulf of America. No. Gulf of America. Okay. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. The name has changed already, girlfriend. As much as you hate him. There. Gulf of Mexico in parentheses, Gulf of America. And guess what? America is not owned by the United States. Sorry to say it. It's just how it is. The Gulf of America is just a place, part of North and South America. And Mexico has a small coastline. And the reason why its name was always the Gulf of Mexico was because Spain, the colonialist, royalist kingdom of Spain, decided to invade Mexico. And they conquered the Gulf of Mexico and named it the Gulf of Mexico long before the United States gained independence. But darling, it's been 450 years. And most of the coastline of the Gulf of Mexico is in the United States of America. So it just seems quite understandable that they call it the Gulf of America. Or they could have called it the Gulf of the Americas because it borders both continents. Take the log out of your eye and then you will see more clearly that the Gulf of America seems so much more normal to those who live on the other side of the world. I mean, look at it. Let's see where Mexico is. This is Mexico's coastline. That's America's coastline. Can you see the difference? Well, United States coastline. Is Canada America? Well, not to Americans, isn't it? To you gals in Illinois and Missouri. Where are you from, Peggy? You don't believe that Canadians are Americans, do you? You call them Canadians, don't you? That's true. That's very true. Okay, Peggy. I mean, Wheels. I'm just pulling your. I'm pulling your wheels. Peggy says, my friend William told me, Peggy, the earth is flat. And I laughed. Yes, as we do, we have to. Hashtag sorry, not sorry, says Wheels. Wheels says, going by coastal miles, the US is 1,700 miles versus Mexico's 1,400 miles. Interesting. Do you know that South Africa has a longer coastline than California? Yeah, baby, yeah. Peggy says, supposedly our maps are not accurate. That's also another thing, hey, Peggy. Isn't it terrible? Let's see. Look at this. Compare the coastlines with Japan and the Western United States. Why does Japan have more beaches than America? So the coastline of Japan is 29,000 kilometers and the United States is 19,000 kilometers. I want pictures. I want pictures, baby. I want pictures. Wow, that's how huge Japan is. Look at that. Compared, it's as big as the east coastline of America. Did you know that? It's huge. And why am I asking this? Why do I ask you this question? It's because back in World War II, they would make maps that made Japan look very, very small because they were at war with Japan. You remember that? The Japs. You're not allowed to say that. But it's huge. Darling. Let's look for old world maps. Old world map of America. There. So they give you North America, not South America. It's a strange picture, isn't it? And that Alaska used to be owned by Russia is another story. There's an old world map. Look at this South Pole here. Antarctica, Peggy. Can you see it? Shocking. In those days, the ice was covered. This image displays the famous 16th century map titled America Siva Novi Orbis, Nova Descriptio, Map of the Americas or the New World, created by Brabantian cartographer Abraham Ortelius. It's crazy. The Gulf looks a lot smaller there. World War II map of Japan compared to America. No, it's still the same. Mustn't confuse it. That's the one I wanted. Or this one maybe. But it's so unclear. So unclear. What is it? It's a 1932 Japanese pictorial world map. Wow, interesting. They would never show this map during the war, showing how big Japan is compared to America. It's huge. Peggy says, you have to question all that we've been told. It's nuts. Yes, it's true. It's true, Peggy. I'll look for a video about the inaccurate maps later. My grandfather, says Wheels, was in the Pacific Theater during World War II, was a part of the occupation of Japan. He received 2 bronze stars during the war. Wow, congratulations, Wheels. Geocentrism, says Lunga Lomnikati. Geocentrism? Yes, well, geocentrism is the word. So that during Second World War, then they would teach the kids in America that, America was much bigger, was much, much bigger, like in this case. They make it look huge. I wish I had my globe here now. Wartime American map. They always make it look huge. Meanwhile, look at it here. Look how big they make it look. Meantime, it's half the size, and Mexico is bigger, and Canada is bigger. So what did you call it? Geocentrism. Geocentrism. Geocentrism is the ancient belief that the Earth is at the center of the universe. Oh, okay. Yes, that's what Peggy believes. With the sun, moon, planets, and stars orbiting it. This model is the dominant view of centuries, most notably the Ptolemaic system, but it was replaced by the heliocentric model, sun-centered, in the 16th century. Today, geocentrism is considered as pseudoscience and is not supported by scientific evidence, though some modern groups still advocate for it. Oh no, it wasn't what I was thinking. But I use geocentrism for astrology. But then there's also the helionistic, and actually maybe we watch that now. Let me go here. Leo Palmer latest helionistic. Helionistic. Come on. It must be here. He does a whole review. He says, all astrologers are not looking at, we need to watch 3i Atlas. 3i Atlas, we're all going to lose all our technology. That's what they're saying about 3i Atlas. Let's first watch that, 3i Atlas.
NASA won't tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got David Drew with us today. David Drew is a genius when it comes to electric universe cosmology, amongst other things, plasma cosmology. You should check out his website, plasmacosmology.net. He recently did a video with the Thunderbolts Project describing 3i Atlas and its electrical nature. I was blown away. I've been following this thing since I first heard about it. Actually, I was one of the first people to report on 3i Atlas outside of Professor Loeb. And man, you knocked it out of the park. The really interesting thing about this, David, is the way people are divided. You've got half that says it's just a comet, there's no way it's anything else, and then the other half says it's an alien spacecraft. So I can't prove either of those are wrong yet, but I think now that we got you on the show, you're going to explain to us in great detail. We're going to also look at the 10 anomalies that Professor Loeb has presented with the traditional cosmology of comets, and David is going to share with us how those absolutely make sense with the electric universe cosmology. So David, it is an honor to speak with you. How the heck are you?
I'm good, very good. But thank you for the flattering introduction, but I'm not claiming to be a genius. I'm very much an amateur enthusiast in all of this. There are plenty of very clever people associated with the Thunderbolts project, no doubt about it, from an electrical engineering and cosmology background. But I'm very much an enthusiastic amateur, and I like to try and communicate and summarize a lot of this material.
I appreciate that. Fake it until you make it. That's what I've heard. So,
well,
so cool, man. So cool. And thank you very much. And really looking forward to this. Let's get into it. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about you and your background and your knowledge base that links towards plasma cosmology and the electric universe, please.
Well, I've actually worked in IT most of my life, so I've not actually worked directly in any of these fields, but I've had a long interest in astronomy, cosmology, the philosophy of science. I first got involved with the Electric Universe Project back in the early 2000s when I put up my website, plasmacosmology.net, back around about 2005. And it's been an interesting ride since then.
Oh, here is your website. I'm showing off your website right now so everybody can check it out. And sure. So you did a video and then things just kind of went from there, and you've been researching it pretty extensively since then, I would say. I mean,
yeah. I've written quite a few blogs in the last couple of years. I've narrated a few of those, handed them over to the Thunderbolts project, and then they've turned them into videos. I used to have my own channel back in the early 2000s, Soup Dragon, but unfortunately that got taken out by YouTube.
Oh, that was right. I was dealing with a fucking... What is it? Right? God, the Pope, and all kings and monarchs. So it's going back to that system. What's scary in America is 70% of America would totally fucking go for this. Because they're fucking retarded. They fucking are so, everybody's becoming Christian. Everybody's like, yeah, right, this is so the end of Pisces right now. And everybody's just buying it. All spiritual community people, oh my God, because my grandma thinks I'm going to go to hell, I'm going to stop pulling tarot cards. And you know what? A lot of people are doing now is in desperation of fear.
Not
right?
how you doing?
So a lot of people are there because of fear. They don't want to have a regret. They don't want to take a chance and die and think that they're not going to go to heaven. And now you have Christian nationalism in all these countries just fucking becoming the new thing, right? And this is where that Catholic Church is like, yeah, we'll lead them all up. I mean, even crazier, just weeks prior to this, out of nowhere, the Knights I always said this would be a holy war. World War III would be the holy war, right? Back at Vatican in 800 years. Had officially authorized by the Vatican to assist with the 2025 Jubilee year, helping to manage and support pilgrims at major sites like St. Peter's Square. Oh, so you're meaning to tell me that the Knights Templar are back in 2025 after all this fucking time, 800 fucking years. Now, you have the King of England back? Why is everybody meeting here?
Because of 3i Atlas.
Nobody wants to even ask that as a question out loud. I can't even believe it. Not one astrologer's out there fucking doing the astrology and being like, what the fuck? It's the same astrology. You can go back all the way to 1307. You can look back and be like, oh, fuck. After Saturn Pluto in 1284, by the time Pluto comes in fucking Aquarius, right? Like, let's look at 1307, right? What's 1307? Friday the 13th, right? But I don't remember what that day is. Let's just fucking pick a random day, like 4/13. Like, let's just pick like April 13th, 1307. Pluto just went to Pisces after being in Aquarius. I can just go day, Pluto in Aquarius. March 13th, 1307. Right? Let's go 6 months. Pluto back in Aquarius, right? Same thing. The Knights Templar were taken out with Pluto in Aquarius. Now they're back. What? Really? And what was that? Saturn and Neptune. In Scorpio, another Mars ruled sign. And we're about to have Saturn, Neptune, February 20th in Aries. Pluto Aquarius. Huh. So, like, to me, the writing's all over the wall. Like, there's something big happening that we can't see. It deals with war. It deals with, quite possibly, the 3A Atlas situation. Like, how are we going to inform all these Christians about aliens? How are we going to gather up all these countries to go to war, whether that's against aliens, which I don't think it is, but, like, against the holy war shit, right? Like, when you gather up the Knights Templar and you get the United Kingdom now back in the church, right? You didn't lose Spain. You didn't lose fucking a lot of the European countries, especially you didn't lose South America at all. You got a big force to go take out China or wherever, right? But there's something going down. I will also bring up the secret meeting about, I think it was a secret meeting, Lincoln, October 1861, like the Trent Affair, right? This was a diplomatic incident that threatened a war between the United States and the United Kingdom. The U.S. Navy captured 2 Confederate envoys from a British Royal Mail steamer. And this is Neptune retrograding just back into Pisces. Right? And American public and elite opinion strongly supported the seizure, but it worsened the economy and was ruining the world's strongest economy and strongest navy. President Trump ended the crisis by releasing the envoys. Right? And the Union captain Charles Wilkes intercepted the British mail package and removed the contraband.
Do you have a wall, MJ?
Public reaction in the U.S. was to celebrate the capture and rally against Britain threatening war. In the Confederate States, the hope was that the incident would lead to a permanent rupture in the Anglo-American relations. Oh, Anglo. That's the Christian English. And possibly even more, or at least diplomatic recognition by Britain. Confederates realized their cause potentially deepened by intervention by France and Britain. In Britain, there was widespread disapproval of this violation of neutral rights, an insult to their national honor. The British government demanded an apology and the release of the prisoners and took steps to strengthen its military forces in British North America, Canada. And now, of course, in the World Series, that's right now, I don't know what the score is, but it's Canada against the United States. Blue Jays make a grand statement. Great. Oh. Wow, that shit's over. It's basically over top of the eighth. Fucking holy shit. There it is. I actually was telling my brother, like, the astrology is so much in favor of the fucking Blue Jays. Now, I'll bring up, and it's not fact, but what I think also could be going on is everybody's rallying up to try and go to war with America. I only told this to my brother because he's a big LA Dodger fan. I mean, I am. My family's been in Dodgers history, and I'm an Angel fan, but I'm also a Dodger fan. But, like, after Trump saying 51st state all year, if Toronto wins the World Series, like, you know how fucking bad that looks for America? No coincidence, though, right? So Lincoln didn't want his top advisors, and his top advisors, they didn't want to risk the war with Britain over the issue. And after several tense weeks, the crisis was resolved when the Lincoln administration released the envoys and disavowed Captain Wilkes' actions, although without a formal apology. Right? British leaders were constantly annoyed from the 1840s to 1860s by what they saw as Washington's pandering to the mob. As in the Oregon boundary dispute from 1844 to 46, these tensions came to head during the Trent Affair. This time, London would draw the line. And the Confederacy and its president, Jefferson Davis, believed from the beginning that European dependence on Southern cotton for its textile industry would lead to diplomatic recognition and intervention. Remember, this is the beginning of the Industrial Revolution in England during this time, and having cotton was imperative, right? Davis left foreign policy to others in government rather than developing an aggressive diplomatic effort, tended to expect events to accomplish diplomatic objectives. And he was committed to the notion that cotton would secure recognition and legitimacy from the powers of Europe. One of the Confederacy's strongest hopes at the time was the belief that the British, fearing a devastating impact on their textile mills, would recognize the Confederate States and break the Union blockade. The men Davis selected as Secretary of State and the emissaries to Europe were chosen for political and personal reasons, not for their diplomatic potential. This was due in part to the belief that cotton would accomplish the Confederates' objectives with little help from Confederate diplomats. But also to prevent any British recognition of the Confederacy, the issues of the Oregon boundary dispute, British involvement in Texas, and the Canada-U.S. border dispute had all been resolved in the 1840s. And despite the Pig War of 1859, right? This was a confrontation in 1859 that had happened about going back to the end of the Revolutionary War where we were supposed to have Canada. But during the Treaty of Paris, that was the agreement. You could have the 13 colonies, but we're going to take Canada. But the map really wasn't drawn that well, and it wasn't really known well, and Benjamin Franklin had to concede to that. But the truth is that this is why you hear Trump saying 51st state. Most people are fucking retarded, but the whole entire war was really that was America. But in the Treaty of Paris, the British fucking found their way to get that. And unfortunately, it wasn't really drawn too well. And when it was realized it was bigger, and plus, where did all the fucking English go? A lot of them had to drive them up into Canada to get them out of the 13 colonies because they lost their homes. The Americans took everything, right? And so then it became big dispute territory, which ironically is kind of like when you think of like today, there's a lot of disputes happening about land. It was triggered by the shooting of a pig, but it was over the Oregon Treaty, resolved the Oregon boundary dispute by dividing Oregon country and the Columbia District between the United States and Britain, future Canada, along the 49th parallel of north latitude to the middle of the channel which separates the continent from the offshore Vancouver Island, right? Now, what's even weirder about this area is with Neptune and Pisces in 2020, when it was around the same degree as it's close within a year. So you could do 2020, Vancouver, China, military. Okay. So they were training fucking Chinese on Canadian soil. They're saying that it was done there. They ended the military training. So it actually is the same Neptune as 1859 when they were training Chinese in that area. Look at how they have to put all these. No, Chinese troops are not on the Canadian border. How transnational crime and state actors infiltrated Vancouver's ports and eroded Canada's West Coast sovereignty. Canada must stop all military collaboration with China. Most people don't remember it because they were at home watching fucking Netflix. But I was talking about this hardcore because it was 2019, same as 1859. Okay? Recent revelations that Global Affairs Canada pushed back against a decision by the Chief of Defense Staff to cancel winter military exercises on Canadian soil with the People's Liberation Army in 2019 show that the Ottawa still engages in wishful thinking about China. This refusal to face reality could harm Canada's reputation. How deep did that get?
Lol, Odit, hello, how you doing? You just like MJD taking the dog for a walk. That's exactly what I said. Which wall are you painting, MJD?
Because actually, there's so many articles saying no, but there were so many videos of all the fucking Chinese being caught, fucking military in Vancouver. Look at this side.
Russian troops in Canada? I'm sure there's already Russian troops in America. What do you mean? But America doesn't want Russia. They just want, Russia doesn't want to own America. Russia just wants to own Ukraine. Simple as that.
Want you to come, right? They signed, to station Chinese troops in Canada beginning 2020. All people in Canada are entitled, it makes her fire, When these directed energy weapon beams hit, there was some crazy shit happening. COVID wasn't about a virus. It was about the setup of massive war and making you believe a whole other thing, right? Following the trail of a tainted money from China into Vancouver real estate. Canadian soldiers no longer training Chinese troops, Defense Minister says. There it is. That's the correct headline. No longer training.
Shocking.
Right? Vancouver. Border disputes. This map, there was confusion over this map. And so it's going to be interesting that just in the next 2 weeks, it's going to be right after a full moon in Taurus. It'll be a full moon in Taurus, but Uranus will still be in Gemini. So if we go to that next full moon, go back. Full moon in Taurus at 13, Uranus 0, Gemini 8 minutes. And then you just move a couple days. And Mars will have just...
You still didn't say where you're from, Peggy. Where are you from? Are you also living in Maine? Did you know that Tucker Carlson has a farm in Maine? Or are you from Mongolia, Peggy?
Ingress into Sag, by the way, and leave Scorpio. So this whole next couple of weeks at the end of Mars in Scorpio is going to be intense. Plus with Mercury, right? What's going to make it really crazy is that Mercury stationing retrograde in Sag on the 10th.
You remind me, MJD, you remind me of the guy that that prince, the heir of Hawaii, that surfer guy, that Hawaiian dude that never wears his shirt. And he was online with according to Lini, and he had his wall behind him half painted, turquoise and white. And Lini asked him, what's happening with the wall behind you? He says, well, my son started painting it, but he didn't get to finish it.
Will not be having Uranus at all in the dispositing aspects, right? It's going to be Jupiter. And yeah, it's exalted, but it's ready to retrograde.
Eastern
Mercury's
zone, and
retrograde
no, I'm
in
not
Sag.
living,
It's gonna
mate,
retrograde
for
over
fuck's
Mars.
sake.
So we're going to see Mercury Mars multiple times. We're seeing it in Scorpio now, then we're going to see it in Sag, and we're going to see Mercury retrograde over it. And so this is where a lot of weird announcements are going to start coming out. Venus only going to square Pluto once this year, but then 3 times next year. In Aquarius, first time in our lives. And Jupiter getting ready to station retrograde, really not offering much in the square to Chiron, although we are going to see the Saturn-Jupiter trine. But it's kind of a weird trine because if we just follow it, it's not exact. So Jupiter retrogrades 2 days after the Mercury retrograde, and on the 12th, and look at that, Jupiter retrograde at 2509, there's Saturn retrograde at 2522, and then when you follow the Saturn direct, I think on the 22nd.
Let's guess where Peggy stays. I believe that Peggy is in the Midwest. No, Mid-East. Mid-Northeast. Something like Chicago, Illinois.
It's 27th. When you see Saturn station direct, it's at 2509, and Jupiter's already at 2442. They don't exactly try. So I know there's going to be a lot of people pushing that out there that that'll be stable, but unless it's going to actually happen, it's not going to happen that way.
Not going to happen.
It's not. And so
Just
it's going to
ain't
be Jupiter
gonna
in
happen.
Leo that will trine Saturn when Jupiter comes in a Leo next spring into summer, right? So when Saturn stations direct, this will be kind of an intense time. Mercury will still be retrograde. It'll be all the way back in Scorpio. And stop acting like so much is happening. I'm not able to do it. We're going to be sloppy. All right. This is going to be the sloppiest transit we've ever been through. And you need to wake up right now and not follow any of these retarded ass people in government and what they're all in on it. They're all putting their sides out because they're going to rip everything away. They got to rip the Band-Aid off. There's nothing left for them that they can do. They've played all their cards, but they're going to just do the crazy shit. But at the same time is, we're all going to face the erosion of so
Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. Rhode Island. That's where the super rich live. Isn't it?
And my prediction is we're 2 weeks away.
New
We got
York,
Uranus after
New
full
York.
moon and Taurus, and Uranus 2 days after retrograding back into Taurus. That's when it's going to start getting holy shit real. So you got a couple weeks, but I wouldn't. You got to use this 2 weeks to like get your power back, get out of the delulu, like stop telling yourself self-criticism. I guess I should quit. This is going to be too hard. There's no more energy. Like all those are your own bullshit. Get out of your own bullshit. That's the fucking messy shit. So anyway, that's what I came to tell you all to wake the fuck up. I hope it helps. I'll be honest. I'm not here to talk shit on other astrologers, by the way. I'm just saying. What I do is I pay attention. And when I don't see people talking about this shit, and I don't see people even bringing up anything and connecting any history and showing you the astrology and going way deep and using and finding all the connections, it's just like, it bugs me. It's just like, geez, these people are just doing the same old repetitive shit all over again. Nothing, and I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, same old shit, same old ha ha ha, like whatever. Like, okay, like that's nice. Like, doesn't tickle my fucking astrology fancy at all. So. And with 3 Atlas, we don't know what the fuck's going to happen yet. As an astrologer, we have to just bear witness. So there's some people thinking they've already figured it all out. There's no way. All right? We'll give it this week. When it gets closest to the sun, we'll see if it changes trajectory. We'll see what it does. All right? We'll see what weird shit happens. Yes, it's fine. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit happening with it. Keep paying attention. But as an astrologer, I'm observing. So I can understand what interstellar object coming into our solar system at the same ecliptic plane as the planets is going to do on its way wrapping around to be on the other side of the galactic center, right? By the time that we get to this January into February, when Saturn and Neptune do meet, which haven't happened in 6,400 years, since 4361 A or BC. And the obsession with people with gold is what I set out in Texas to people. So My lecture about that is up on High Vibe TV, and everybody else's. You can get that, but the image is very. I guess I could show you a picture of somebody who was alive during Saturn and Neptune at 0 Aries. There is a picture of the skeletons of a guy. And that person, if you give me a second here. I found it. Oh, I mean, I will trigger some people, but I don't give a fuck. You guys missed out on some good shit at the Bridge Expo. All right. There's some triggered shit. Back in 361 BC, the quote-unquote Holy Land wasn't anything. Nobody was there. Nobody gave a fuck about it. It is not a holy, special place. That's what's going to happen at the end of Saturn Neptune, is all that area ain't special, because it's all connected to fucking so many stories that steal from other stories and all that shit, that people are going to realize all their religions from that area aren't worth shit. Okay? 2, everybody was hanging out by where Ukraine's came. Well, Russia is in Crimea now. That's where the Black Plague was during the same transits of 5 years ago. Okay? So people love to congregate. And so there's probably more shit happening in Ukraine. That's why we don't get to really see what's happening. And more people congregating there and weird shit and all the weird alien shit is all happening up in there. Okay? Of course, people were hanging out by where Egypt is, like, and down in Africa, but Australia was nothing. Nobody was there. There were people in China. There were people in northern China. There was a couple people where Japan is today. There were some trans-Eurasian people, but you could see there were some really ancient Chinese people. Over in the Middle East, there was a couple tribes. And then if you go to the North America, there was the Plano and the Folsom tribes. And there was a little part of people down here on the Peru side. Nothing else that was going on.
Really, Peggy? The Akrina
that's
labs
one.
are in Ukraine.
2,
Interesting.
there was some Venus figurines. So I know when girls think about Venus,
NBA
this
club.
was this was the
Look,
Kim
there's
Kardashian
Sierra.
of the 4361 time.
There's Sierra.
All right?
Hi,
This is
Sierra.
like
How you
what
doing?
the look was. Woo! All right, ladies, get your fucking figures right. Shit. Saturn, Neptune, Aries do not bring out the Venusian, because it's the opposite of Venus's home, Libra. It's going to be ugly. Okay? Just reminding people that the beauty ain't going to look so pretty. All right, here's another one. Oh, wow. This is the earliest known Venus figurine.
Yes. Look, there's Sierra. Look, a vagina.
Actually, people are looking like this
My
more and more and
word.
more now. By the way,
It's golden. She has a
only
golden
fucking
vagina.
20% of the population is thin like me.
I
But the
suppose
rest are
Dolly
fucking
knows what
looking like
gold
that.
tastes like.
So don't feel bad,
Don't feel bad, Dolly.
right?
You missed it, MJD.
That's the opposite of Hollywood. That's actually
Look,
way
there's
farther back.
Sierra.
Okay. The other thing.
Dolly's ex-lover.
Hold on one sec. I have it right here, I think. Yeah.
Come, hurry up, David.
Here we go. So gold, this is like they thought that these old, really old cultures,
Yes, I
because
see
they
that.
just found just bones. Nobody was like there's gold, but then they started finding only less than 0.0001% of the world had like gold and gold figurines, right? When they started doing excavations during the same time, okay, as fucking the same Saturn Neptune transit coming. And you know, I put it this way to people in Texas. I'm like, yo. So yeah, okay. This guy right here. 6,500 years old, same thing. Right? Just a handful of graves, making them the first evidence of social hierarchies in the historical record. A whole new social hierarchies coming, Saturn, Neptune, and Aries. And it's really weird because they're advocating to some, right? They're advocating to anybody who's wearing massive gold. So, you notice Trump has made the Oval Office gold. And again, okay, it's a little weird. The gold price of gold's the highest it's ever been. And what's really weird about this is these are the people who are talking to the aliens and given the control of the hierarchy system. Don't follow anybody flaunting gold. Okay? Anybody pushing gold is sus. And wearing gold and shit, like this is the first fucking dude that was found with all this fucking gold. Well, nobody else anywhere had gold. And he was in control of all the people. I'm not even fucking kidding. Here's another, oh, I have it in here. If I can.
Come on, David, hurry up. I want to show the other video.
Why are they not showing my boy here? Close up. Oh, here we go. Oh man, like what is it, the Varna Gold Man, 6,500 years old. Fucking, here we go.
Gold member. Gold member.
Remember that the last golden age, they keep talking about, oh, the golden age. Okay, and here you go. Like, they were so obsessed, they were trying to they fucking put this shit over his fucking third eye. He had a fucking staff, and the fucking staff is weird as fuck. Alright? This is literally same fucking 5th millennium BC. Right? He had 850 gold items, a tiara, earrings, necklace, a breastplate, a gold hammer. The closeness of the female symbolic graves number 2, 3, and 5 of the symbolic royal graves number 1, 4, and 5 are interpreted as ritualistic representations of the holy marriages between a king and the mother goddess. These 6 funerals are believed to have been the core of the Chalcolithic necropolis in Bulgaria's Varna and to have predated the rest of the graves. This is where it was the burial site. And ironically, where the Russia-Ukraine war shit's kind of happening, which is kind of creepy. Right? So they're kind of trying to show you what he probably would have looked like there. But I think this is the people that are trying to give away their soul to the aliens.
Do you know that Neanderthals are the Germans?
To be at this top of the social hierarchy
NJD?
that began then.
The blue-eye Europeans are the Neanderthals.
The oldest
African
gold
black
of
men do
humanity.
not have Neanderthal
And
NDA or
One
MBA.
dude
What's it
just
called?
all wrapped around, and that dude
DNA.
at that time in that area is in control of all the people. So
Oh, we've got an owl on top of the
don't
house.
follow anybody with the shit.
I can hear the owl.
If anything, that's a spell. So I think people are gonna have to wake the fuck up big time. Because then everybody's like kind of obsessed with money and gold and all this shit right now. Bitcoin, it's the same thing. Like people are like, oh, you got a lot of money. Oh my God, like get over that. You don't look like this fool? Fucking douche. So be careful. This is like where people are going to sell their souls right now. Right? Buried 6,500 years ago. 6,500 years ago, fucking, I'll pull it up. Just because some people are just still not getting it. 4361 BC. And let's go to transit aspect of Saturn conjunct Neptune. We need to change it to transiting. And let's go back. There it is. March 2nd. There you go. Saturn, Neptune. The last time they conjuncted at 0 Aries. Find me another one. Then you won't find it. 4361 BC. At 0 Aries. Somebody else try and find me it. I've done all of my homework a long time. This is the date. Direct. 0 degrees. And that is the only history we have, is the beginning of social hierarchy, and the ones at the top had lots of gold on them and were controlling people, and it was also the beginning of agriculture and moving people around and fucking no Holy Land. That's when the aliens came in and fucking started controlling people.
That's when the aliens came in and started trying.
And, you know, the last Saturn, Neptune, and Aries was Jupiter and Pluto conjunct in Sag. Guess when we had that? 2007. This is a way better looking chart for Saturn, Neptune, Aries too, the last time. And that was the beginning of where humanity was trying to figure out where to disperse on the planet. And they were not the Holy Land. And it's ironic because all the biblical scholars are trying to actually claim that the beginning of the Old Testament is around the same time. Okay, so the weirdos that were talking to aliens fucking with the gold are the ones that go create the fucking ideas that everybody believes off this shit. Good luck. Get trapped in another story again. That's your Truman Show door shutting on you. But it's about to get fucking weird. And this was seeding religion. Right? People blindly following religion. Stories that they can't, there's no proof. And thank God we have Uranus and Gemini coming back in to fucking wake us up and actually align us towards some interesting truth. But nobody wants to pay attention to the last time Uranus was in Gemini and all the truth. That's the Nazis had the computer. The Pope was with the Nazis, right, and helping fucking Hitler and secretly writing letters and hid it and was just found in the last couple of years. Nobody wants to see that's Zelensky now and all these people rallying around him and allowing them to pull the fucking NATO fucking, oh, look at what Russia does. We can go in and, oh, China's a threat. We all need to go to China and Russia and fucking it's going to get weird. Man, we don't have enough food. You're going to have to ration. There's no food stamps for anybody either. Get ready. They're going to pull the weirdest shit you've ever seen in your life from now until fucking April 26th. The only way out is for us to break free out of the door. Not follow the shit, not fucking listen to any of it. Not get sucked in because of your great grandma and grandpa's fucking obsession with fucking the religion. You're not here in your Akashic record to do what they didn't finish and what they were lost in. They all need to back you up. You're not here to go back their shit that they didn't finish. Okay, that's another trap. So, a belief was what came out of Saturn, Neptune the last time it was in Aries at 0 degree, because that Jupiter was in its home sign. It was the only planet with any power. And it was with Pluto, and it was to go seed the world.
Okay. This shocked me when I saw this. It's such sad news. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. But what the American government is going to do is pay hunters to hunt the barred owl. And as Senator Kennedy explains, this is the barred owl because there's bars across. That's a spotted owl. Now, the spotted owl is smaller than the barred owl. The barred owl is from the East Coast. The spotted owl is from the West Coast. And it seems to hunters that the spotted owl, the spotted owl is under attack or threat by the barred owl. But in actual fact, the barred owl is and a better hunter, and it kills the same things. But unfortunately, what the government has said is that the hunters will be paid if you bring in a baby or an adult barred owl. You'll be paid $3,000.
Me today is Mr. James Shea, one of my colleagues from my Senate office. I want to talk today, Mr. President, about the owls. There are 19 species or kinds of owls in the United States. Did you know that? 19. I want to talk about two of them. The spotted owl and the barred owl. That's barred, B-A-R-R-E-D. Both of them are God's creatures. I also want to talk today, Mr. President, and you'll understand what I mean in a moment, about the federal government's proclivity, repeated proclivity, to do the dumbest thing possible that won't work. Now, the federal government, which can't even deliver the mail when it has the address right there on the front, and more specifically, the Department of Interior, has promulgated a rule. And this rule says that unless Congress stops them, they're going to hire hunters right here to kill 453,000 barred owls. There are only 4 million in the United States, but the Department of Interior wants to kill 453,000 mama barred owls, daddy barred owls, and baby barred owls, because the Department of Interior says that the barred owl is a better hunter than the spotted owl. The Department of Interior is not saying the barred owl is eating the spotted owl. The Department of Interior isn't saying that the barred owl is hurting the spotted owl. The Department of Interior says it wants to kill over 10% of the barred owl population, because the barred in the private sector, going out there with the little flashlights, Elmer here, with his little red hat, in the middle of the night with a flashlight, are going to tell the difference or care the difference between a barred owl and a spotted owl? No. They're going to shoot them both. Number two, the other reason it won't work is the spotted owls are not stupid. Once you start shooting at them, they're going to move up into Canada. Doesn't have to. The Canadians aren't dumb enough to do something like this. They're going to move up into Canada, and they're going to wait until the shooting stops, and then they're going to come back down. So what have we accomplished? Have we done anything for the spotted owl? No. Number three, I've been through this reg, stem to stern. I can't find where this regulation prohibits Elmer Fudd from going out there and using lead shot. Now, when we hunt ducks, you can't use lead shot. You use steel shot. You know why? Because a lot of times other birds and other animals will eat the lead shot, and they die from it. So these cowboys are going to go out, if they're not prohibited from using lead shot, yeah, they're going to kill some barred owls and spotted owls. They're going to end up killing eagles and hawks and other wildlife using their lead shot. The second reason this won't work, let me say it again. The barred owls aren't the problem. The problem is that we're losing old growth forest in the west, which is the habitat of the spotted owl. And it's naturally occurring as more people move to Washington and Northern Carolina and Oregon, and we have wildfires that have burned our forests. Don't go pick on the barred owl. You can kill every barred owl there is, and it's not going to help the spotted owl if you don't maintain the appropriate habitat. Number three, this is going to be incredibly expensive. This comes under the theme of let's do the dumbest thing possible that won't work. Our Department of Interior has already issued one contract. I don't know how they got the authority to do it, but back in 2004, they issued a contract to a private vendor, Elmer here, to go kill 1,500 barred owls. I just wanted to test it out. You know what they paid? $3,000 a bird. $3,000 for a mama barred owl, $3,000 for a daddy barred owl, and $3,000 for a baby barred owl. Give me a break. And now they're going to go out and kill 453,000? Over $1 billion. Over $1 billion. It's not their money, but it's taxpayer money on a plan that won't even work. Here's what one person from the Department of Interior said. In a rare moment of candor, he might have gotten fired, but he's a wildlife and fisheries agent. He told the press, I'm going to quote, he said, I think all we can really do is try our best to provide a habitat for spotted owls, and in the long run, we're just going to have to let the two species work it out. Final reason this is a bad rig, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I know the bureaucrats at the Department of Interior. I realize this. They're smarter and they're more virtuous than you and I are. I get that. But who appointed them God? Who appointed them God? Barn owls are expanding their habitat because the forests in the east have been cut down. That's called adaptive range expansion. And you know what? Whether you believe in God or nature or whatever, that happens every single day in our ecosystem. It's a natural.
So what's the
That was the first
solution?
one I ever heard. So what's the solution? What is the solution?
Information is the oxygen of democracy. There's so much evidence out there, even if less than 1% is true. Not good enough to collapse the current paradigm and change the whole planet.
It's Peggy, not barn owl, bard. B-A-R-R-E-D. Bard, because it has bars across its feathers.
Because ultimately, what are you going to do about it, bro? Like you're not going to change the world. I'm not going to change the world. None of us are going to reverse the collapse of this empire. None of us are going to reverse the debasement of our currency. No one's going to stop the giant wrecking ball that is this whole pattern. We live inside of it. Like when you zoom out, you're just a little dot inside of this whole system. But your dot is your whole life, filled with meaning, filled with people that you love, right? Things to do. It's your whole life. And there are a lot of important things to do that are big, like telling the Zionists to get fucking wrecked. That's important, but it's not really going to change your life, right? Like telling Israel to get wrecked is...
This is the same one I want to say to you, Peggy. So what you're going to do? The earth's flat. Now you know the earth's flat. What you're going to do? Does it change your mood? Does it make you feel better? No. Change doesn't come from the government or outside there in the world. The change comes from inside of you.
a good thing to do. I would encourage you to do it. But it's not going to improve your life and make your kids better off. I mean, getting them out of our fucking government certainly will help. It'll help our whole nation, and we're working on it. But like, this is your life, and you should be making choices for you that will improve your life. And the unfortunate truth of it, that I think we all figure out sooner or later, is that's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to each of us, right? And that's why I do what I do, is because the first thing you need to do is learn. You need to get smart. You need to figure out a skill that's useful, or learn to understand the problem and how to dodge and weave, right? Learn how money works. You can't do anything until you understand the problem. And that's why we're here learning about the problem. And I'm part of the problem. I'm a big problem online. I fucking start a lot of problems. But we're learning things, right? And as you learn and as you get educated, as you learn to understand money, as you learn a skill, practice a trade, right? Like an awful lot of our jobs are going away. An awful lot of our skills are going away. Truck drivers are getting replaced by immigrants.
I wanted to show you the beginning here. Oh, is this is the beginning? Yes.
And then by robots.
You're going to see the
A lot of us are
robot.
getting replaced by robots. And this is part of why I tell people that, like, I would highly encourage anyone that has any aptitude towards it to learn this skill of creating videos and creating content of various forms, because there's a million different trajectories that job path can take. And nothing will ever replace our desire to interact with each other, to have human connection, to receive ideas from other humans. There's a lot of trade-offs, because it's not great to spend your whole life in front of screens. But it's a lucrative career, and it's a career that isn't going to be replaced anytime soon. Learn a trade, carpentry, electrician. I don't know if you guys have seen these videos of these fucking robots. Oh man, dude, I hope I saved this video, guys. This shit is funny. Please say that I saved. Maybe it was on Instagram. Maybe it wasn't on X. I just saw a video of a robot trying to cook, and it was the funniest thing ever. Oh,
This
it's
is
here.
scary,
Yes.
actually.
Oh man. So like, let's like take a little white pill here real quick, because the robots they might replace some of us, but let's be clear, they're not going to replace all of us anytime soon here. Let me cue this up and get the volume ready for us. Time for a little
Check
comic
this
relief.
out. Check this out. This is the future that they want us to believe in.
Tech bros, the singularity is near. The tech.
That's a wait. That's a wait. Settle down. So if you can cook me the meal, I'm gonna go in here and play for it.
It's wearing a little maid dress.
What the?
So like the robots aren't going to be here too fast, right? Right? Because this Neo robot is such a good example of like, it's not going to work, right? And when you look at the Neo robot, it's been going viral all over. Everyone's reacted to it. We're not going to react to the whole video at all. We're not going to do that. But it's this weird thing, if you haven't seen it, where like this robot is actually like has to be controlled by AI, and they're trying to sell it to people in their homes. They're shipping the first ones next year. They're taking pre-orders, and they're acting like it's going to work. But then like when people actually get to test it, this lady from like some big news magazine, or like she did a whole report on it, right?
And turns out 100% of the
This is the video that everyone was reacting to. And there's all these problems with it, like that are obviously this is never going to work. Like this robot is going to be a huge failure for the most part. No one wants this shit. It can't do shit. It's super weak. It's retarded. Can't do a job. It takes it like 6 minutes to do like a job that would take a human 3 seconds. And it's VR controlled by some like Pakistani kid that's in your home, seeing through the robot's eyes, controlling the robot. Super sketchy. So it's really obvious that this idea has no legs, so to speak. But it's still getting funded. It's still going to come to market. Why is that? How is this thing getting funded? Right? Because that company has to be pitching that idea to like investors. And they have to be showing this prototype to investors. And they have to be pitching it to us of like, buy this robot as though it's going to work. And everyone can see that that's retarded and it's not going to work. But it's getting funded. They've got investors. And when you think about it, the reason is obvious. Because it's not for us. That is just them trying to get crowdsourced investment from all of us in order for us to help fund the Department of Defense's research that they're doing. To fund the actual robotics research, which is how to make robot super soldiers and fucking robot police officers, right? They don't give a shit about the robot in your home. All the most advanced tech in the world is funded by the military. And it's the military budgets that drive tech and innovation. The whole internet was literally developed by the military, by DARPA. A whole bunch of the inventions that we use, like the chips that we use, cell phones, everything tech runs on military technology. Robotics and drones, like the drone that you can buy at Best Buy, all of this was funded because the military wants it to advance. And they've got way more advanced shit than we've got. But they'll outsource, prototyping and crowdsource funding to us. So we're like, oh, cool, we're getting robots. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. It's not here to do your dishes. It's here to tell you to stay in your home because there's a deadly virus on the loose for your own safety. We're getting distracted by the problems again, though. We're getting distracted by the problems again. But the problems are obviously spiritual, cultural, and personal. Right? And they're all up to you to fix. Fix yourself. Fix your own spirit. Deal with your own addictions. Deal with your own health. It's fucking hard. Figure it out. Watch some motivational content, dude. Go listen to Les Brown. Go listen to some Les fucking Brown, dog. Get right with the Lord. Right? Find some religion. Make some friends. Go out and make a friend. Go to the bars tomorrow night. Maybe wait till Saturday. And don't spend any money. Just go walk up to people and be like, Israel's gay. And see if you make a friend. I'll bet you'll make some friends. And even if you don't make a friend, you'll make a great enemy.
I love that word. Even if you don't make friends, you'll make a great enemy.
The problems are huge, but the solutions are small. Right? The solutions are small. And I will tell you from firsthand experience, from my own story, which is obviously one anecdote, but the only anecdote that I've got for you is that my whole life changed when I started watching Les Brown. True story. And when I started taking personal accountability, I stopped blaming my ex-girlfriend and blaming all these other things for how bad my life was. I was like, all right, well, it's my fucking life. What am I going to do about it? I stopped smoking spliffs, stopped whining, I started working out, started eating healthy, started aspiring to do the best I could do at work. And things change. You start making friends. You start getting opportunities. You start getting jobs. You start getting inspired. You start getting more in touch with that's what I want to do. That's where I belong. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to fucking get in this Subaru and drive to Guatemala or whatever it is, right? Meg Strat's just going to whine about it. Be a little bitch. Yeah, spliffs specifically. I used to smoke 12 spliffs a day, dog. Yeah, I'm from the...
You didn't miss anything, Peggy. Peggy says, I never went to bars. You didn't miss anything. But then again, I did have the best time at bars, for sure.
Northwest. I was hooked on spliffs when I was younger.
I was never behind bars, though. If that's what you were insinuating.
My early 20s, age 19 to 24. Dude, I was a spliff master. I was the roach king, so to speak. The other kind of roach. And I just cut cold turkey. Done with that. It was I think it was the month before my nephew was born, 2 or 3 months before my nephew was born, and it was New Year's, and I didn't plan it out, but it just occurred to me that like you're about to be an uncle, and what kind of uncle do you want to be? Figure it out, bro. And I just hard stopped on this bliss. Let's just wrap up our show real quick, because obviously I don't have that much to tell you about the solutions without getting all up on a high fucking horse and preaching to you. Like you can go watch Les Brown, you can go watch Tony Robbins, and the thing about let me just give you let me give you a serious pitch for motivational speakers here real quick. Genuinely, like this is a real pitch. Motivational speakers changed my life. I am doing what I'm doing because of motivational speakers, and I would not be here without them. And think of it this way. You have an internal dialogue in your head at all times. Your inner voice is constantly going and going and going and going and going. And most of us never really think about what that internal is saying, right? It's like what you're pissed about, what you're angry about, you're in traffic, you're like, fuck this guy, whatever it is, right? Some of us are super hyped in our internal voices, but most of us aren't really controlling it. And if you're in a bad place in life, I guarantee you, your internal voice sucks. Totally sucks, right? If you're depressed, if you're lonely, if you're angry, if you're unhappy, it's like part of that is because your internal voice is constantly talking about how lonely you are, how unhappy you are, how depressed you are. So the question is, how do you charge of your inner voice? Because two people can live the exact same life. And one of them can be fucking happy as hell. One of them can be the most happy person on the planet. And the other one can hate their life and want to die. And we all know that that's true. And so the only difference between being happy and being sad is your inner perception of your reality, your internal voice, obviously, right? Logical. We're just logical basic steps here. And so if your internal voice can transform your situation, and we all know, obviously, that if you're pissed and sad and whiny and depressed, you're not going to get shit done. You're not going to change your life. You're not going to transform anything, right? You have to transform your inner voice before you can transform anything. You need to be ready to put in the work. And putting in the work is hard work. And it's way easier to do if you're hyped. Way easier to do if every day you're waking up ready to go and like, this is going to be so good. I'm going to make so much fucking progress today. Dude, look at all the progress I made. Gosh, I'm so good at this. Nailed it. W's, dude. Right? So how do you take control of your inner voice? And the most basic, obvious, simple, scientific way to do it, it's not possible to think of different words while you're listening to one set of words, right? Your brain only has space to process one set of words at a time. Don't listen to anyone that says that they're really good at multitasking. They're lying. They're really good at switching windows back and forth between tasks, but you can't be thinking of like Shakespeare while you're listening to Jay-Z. You can only process one line of thinking at once, right? And yeah, some people would say meditation, but I would argue that I have a way more direct way to do it. Meditation was never going to solve it for me. Like it may be after years of doing it, and meditation is good, but it's not the fastest way to get it done. The fastest way to get it done is to listen to motivational speakers. And it sounds really cheesy, but it fucking works. When I changed my life, it was like all at once, and it was a snap, and it like was a hard cut. And it was because I was doing yoga in the morning at this lodge in Guatemala where I was working, and my buddy walked in. His name was Brian. And I owe my whole life to him. And he's the man. And I love him to death. South African bro. And he walked in to do yoga first thing in the morning. I was like going through the motions because I'd broken up with my girlfriend and I was super pissed and everything was her fucking fault at the time. I think I was like 24, 25. And Brian walks in. So I'm like going through the motions and doing morning yoga, but I'm on the mat literally thinking through like how much I fucking hate my ex-girlfriend and how dumb she is and how like my whole life sucks. While I'm like literally on an avocado farm, treehouse hotel in Guatemala, living the life, being awesome. But I was just like, man, and Brian walks in to do his morning yoga, and he's hyped. So this is us living the exact same life side by side, and I am miserable, and Brian's doing great. And Brian walks in and says, hey, mate, do you mind if I put on a motivational speaker? That's my best South African voice. And I was like, fuck it. In my mind, I was like, I don't fucking care. But I was like, whatever, dude. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. And he put on Les Brown. Maybe I should actually look up Les Brown real quick just to show you guys, because he's hilarious. Les Brown. You ready for this? Now, I want you to actually see Les Brown speaking. Classic Les. Let's go classic Les, like old school Les. Is my mouth dying over here?
And your plan of action continuously looking for ways to win. So what is that something?
Les Brown, the man.
When you got an idea you want to move on. You might not have the money. You might not have the education.
You might not have the resources.
You might not have the support or the resources you need. What is that something that can keep us going, that will enable us to act on our dream? What's one of those keys that will begin to help us to discover the secrets to our dream? Here's what I want you to repeat after me, please, with power and conviction. Say, it's possible.
It's possible, bro. And here's the thing. It sounds so fucking cheesy. I'm telling you, while you're listening to this shit, your brain doesn't have time to think all those negative thoughts. And the first day, maybe you're like, fuck this, whatever, it's cheesy. Just put it in. Just put it in while you do your day. Put it in. Put it in first thing when you wake up. That's the key. First thing when you wake up. Put it in when you wake up. right away. What I did is I fell asleep to it and I woke up to it. And then I started listening to it all throughout the day, literally every day, all day, in my headphones while I'm working, while I'm doing everything. And I just let it be just there rolling. And it does not give you time to think all those negative thoughts. And then pretty quickly you start to realize that you're actually thinking positive thoughts because whatever's coming into your ears is what's going into your brain, right? It's like really basic science. And your brain is plastic. Your brain changes. Whatever you put in is what comes back out. And then your neurons change, and then your patterns change, your habits change, your life changes. Try it. I dare you. Fucking try it. Do it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You'll never go back. And to this day, anytime I hit a rough patch in life, anytime I hit a bump or a snag, get low, I just pop in motivational speakers again. And obviously there's more to do. But damn, try not doing what you gotta do while Les Brown is in your ears screaming at you like, you can do it, man. There's more. It's possible. This guy got this huge black pastor voice. It's hilarious, dog. Because ultimately no one's coming to save you, especially you men. If you're a dude, you're fucking on your own, dude. Sorry. No one's checking in on you. If you're one of these dudes in the loneliness epidemic, if you're a dude that spent his whole day today with no socializing, no one's coming. No one's coming for you. Unfortunately, men are on their own. People want men when they're productive and rich and successful and positive and working hard and all these things, but no one's fucking checking in on you when you're a piece of shit, when you're sad, when you're lonely, when you're jerking off on your own. Like, you're on your own, dog. And you can keep your patterns going the way they are. You can just keep doing it forever.
But he's good looking, baby. According to Lini, how you doing? How you doing, Janine? What's your real name again? I forgot. What's your name again? Oh shit, I forgot it. How you doing, Lini? Most gay men are. It's like, which men is the gay village people? You know what? The black woman, I was just showing you there, Candace Owens. This is Candace Owens' big friend, by the way. I'll have you know. It's her pal. I'm not telling you if I forgot. It's like Jolene. Don't take him just because you can. Jolene. Don't just anyway, fuck. I can never remember the words, you know me. Yeah, you know, we just got to stay grounded in our situation in life. It's easier, I think. And why is it easier? Because women actually gave birth, because they actually went through the pain of doing it, and they did the whole thing, and they did the whole life thing. For a lot of people, like he was saying today, people are lonely. Men are lonely. Men are very, very lonely. And they blame the woman. You know, it's not just strange American actresses that want to blame everybody else for their problems. We all do it. We like to blame everyone else for our problems. But I think women that give birth learn a lot by doing that. The whole thing, the whole damn thing. Jolene. It's all according to you, just because I am. I don't know. If you're lonely, you have two hands. Pick one, says Jolene. Thanks for popping by to say hi. I was about to go. I think I've wasted everybody else's time here. But it is a difficult situation. That's how the astrologer was saying, David Palmer was saying there. It was the time where the golden age turns in. I don't know if you've heard about the 3-eye atlas. You can Google it, 3-eye atlas. And there is this super duper Japanese science man who's jumping up and down, pulling his hair out and saying, we are about to go through the dark ages all over again. We are going to lose all the technology that we thought we had, all because of this 3-eye atlas. It's going to zap everything to its death. Jolene says, one of my daughter's middle names is Jolene. Before no, you can't say before the song. There's that fucking arrow is in the way. Name is actually Jolene before the song. What do you mean before the song? The song, no, girlfriend, the song is from Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton made the song. We're going to end this video, this live stream, with Dolly Parton singing Jolene. And I grew up with the original Jolene. And Leanie, it's Marlene, isn't it? It's Marlene. Marlene, thank you for saying hi. I'm tired now. I'm going to go to bed on a Friday night at 11 p.m. It's not that bad. Jolene, Dolly Parton. Jolene. So I don't think your daughter came before. Let's sing along with Dolly, shall we? Oh, slow it down, motherfucker. I don't know why that fucking stuff is there. Yeah. Goodbye, sweetheart. Why am I reconnecting? Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, ladies. Leanie Leanie says, Peggy, I actually watched a couple of interviews with her last night. What are you talking about? Leanie? Don't talk much about her. I'm not a fan. Who? Dolly? Dolly Parton? You don't like Dolly Parton, or is it Dolly Jimmy that you don't like? Leanie, I hope you go live soon. I missed the last live stream. Let's go over to Leanie. Leanie, go live right now. I love you, ladies. Peggy, Leanie, MJD, you the bomb. I miss you guys. Long time no see. Be good or be Dolly or Leanie. I love Dolly Parton. I love her. I grew up with her. Good night, Leanie. Good day, America. This is why I love Dolly. Which song should we choose? This is why I love Dolly Parton. Love is like a butterfly, soft and gentle as a sigh, a multicolored muse of love, and like a satin wings. Love likes you not for inside, and flutters like in soft wings in flight. Love is like a butterfly, a rare and gentle thing. I feel it when you're with me, it happens when you kiss me. That rare and gentle feeling that I feel inside. Your touch is gentle, your kiss is warm and tender. Whenever I am with you, I think of butterflies. Love is like a butterfly, the multicolored moods of love, and like a satin wings. Love makes your heart feel strange inside. It flutters like soft wings in flight. Love is like a butterfly, a rare and gentle thing. Your laughter brings me sunshine. Every day is springtime, and I am only happy when you are by my side. How precious is the love we share, how precious, sweetly rare together. We can belong like daffodils and butterflies and dandelions too. Love is like a butterfly, as soft and gentle as a sigh. A multicolored moods of love are like a satin wings. Love makes your heart feel strange inside. It flatters like soft wings in flight. Love is like a butterfly, a rare and gentle thing. Love is like a butterfly, a rare and gentle thing. Good night, ladies. Goodbye. I love you more than you can know. Life gets tougher, but we get smarter, and if we try a little bit harder, it does get better. Ciao for now. Tot ziens. Peggy says, Lionel, can you ole my coat of many colors? Oh, do you want Joseph? Some say love is... Oh, Bette Midler. Some say love is a hunger. Do you want to do Joseph's multicolored coat? What did you call it again? No, you took it away. A coat of many colors. Coat of many colors. I don't know that one. But my friend did the play, Coat of Many Colors. Joseph. And you know that the oldest pyramid in Egypt is the the pyramid of Pharaoh bin Joseph, by the way. Back through the years, I go wandering once again, back to the seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags that someone gave us, and how my mama put the rags to use. There was rags of many colors, every piece was small, and I didn't have a coat, and I was waiting downfall. Mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece of love, and she made the coat of many colors that I was so proud of. She told the story from the Bible she had read about the coat of many colors Joseph wore. Then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness, and I just couldn't wait to wear it, and Mama blessed me with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama made for me, made of the rags, but I wore it so proudly. Although we had no money, I was rich, I could be, in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches, holes in my both shoes, in my coat of many colors I hurried off to school, just to find the others laughing and making fun of me, in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. I know I couldn't understand it, for I felt so rich, and I told them of my love my mama sold in every stitch, and I told them all the story Mama told me while she sewed, and how my coat of many colors was worth more than clothes. They didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see. This one is only poor, the only they choose to be. Now I know we had no money, but I was rich as I could be, in my coat of many colors my mama made for me, made just for me. Thank you. Good night, sweetheart. It's time to go. Ba 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 ba. Good night, sweetheart. I love you.